Yeah, no, for sure. So we have today's guest, Nikawe, formerly known as Lil Mama. Great player. Really, she's an absolute killer in battle royale games. She we met on Firestorm. I don't know, a year and a half or so ago, maybe 2 years. I don't know. Anyway, she's a really good player. We got a chance to spend some time with her over the week. Over I think it was Friday night, whatever it was, and we
Thursday
had
night.
some great Thursday night,
Hmm?
great conversation. Played quite a few games with her. She kind of let us in on what she likes to do in terms of tactics and gunfights, which
Hmm?
we thought that's awesome because it really fit in the mold of this week's episode. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and send it over to Nakawe and make sure pay attention to the bits and pieces about the tactics. You'll really see the link between it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and get that started. Obviously we do pre-record the interviews,
Yep.
so we can cut them up so that because we spent 4 hours with her and it was a great conversation, laughing, joking, great gameplay. Go ahead and enjoy this, and we'll check you guys back in just a little bit.
Yep. Enjoy the show. We're pleased to have our good friend Nakawe, formerly Little Mama, join us today on the SGG show. She is an amazing BR player who I have enjoyed watching and playing with over the past few years. She's a killer on the battlefield who is not to be messed with. She bolsters a 1.4 kill death ratio on Warzone with a PR of 22 kills. She's a dominant player on Rebirth Island as well, holding a very respectable 1.8 KD. She is also an absolute beast at Plunder, a former top 100 on all platforms for wins, and a former top 10 in all of Canada. She has won multiple Warzone tournaments within the Z League for some cold hard cash. She is an ultimate competitor, and you will see her frying folks in any tourney she can find. She will outplay you, outthink you, outshoot you in any game mode. Welcome to the party, pal, Nakawe. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How
Awesome,
you doing,
welcome.
Jill?
Oh, we're doing great. Thanks for being here today.
Oh, of course. Anytime.
Like a lot of our good friends that we've met in the past, a lot of them have come from Firestorm, and we know so many good folks from that game. Why do you think so many cool, talented BR players took a liking to Firestorm?
Me personally, I know the reason why I did. It was harder than COD. It took a little bit more to kill a person and down them, and you definitely had those moments to plate and everything else and go back at it. So
Yeah,
it's not as quick to die. Definitely, the TPK on it is a lot less.
I
And
agree.
yeah, so I think that it took a little bit more to play it. So
Hmm.
yeah, I would say that that's probably the reason why a lot of people that we know were in it.
Yeah,
And the
for sure.
toxicity definitely wasn't there. I mean,
No, the
people were
community
nice.
with
So
Yeah, for sure. Like the community with Firestorm, I found was just like unreal, right? Like everybody got along for the most part. People were quite friendly, willing to play with each other. And you're right. The game was just the strategy involved in the game, the teamwork that you need to have, the slow TTK. Like it promoted the kind of strategy and tactics that we're kind of all about here. So yeah, that was it for me too as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What made you make the switch to Warzone, and what makes you keep coming back to Warzone?
um okay, so what made me make the switch was honestly the community. When everybody moved over from Firestorm, I did not want to lose all the friendships and
Hmm.
the rest of the stuff that I'd already made. I didn't want to lose the people that I met because they were all lovely and just sweet and kind and the kind of people that I want to be around.
For sure.
For
And
sure.
then the reason why I stayed was definitely if you get a win, you know what I feel.
Yeah,
That adrenaline
Oh
rush,
yeah,
the
yeah,
rest of it,
absolutely.
when you
yeah,
1v8 a lobby, like right at the end, and it's just you versus eight other people, and you wreck them.
yeah.
That is why. That's exactly why.
No,
Well,
that's fair. That's fair. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's never happened for me, but I'm going to take your word for that. Right, so now you've rebranded. You've changed your name. I believe it's Nikawi. What was the purpose of that, and why? What was your motivation for doing that?
So for me, I come from Canada, right? I'm
Uh-huh.
from Alberta, and I am Cree,
Wow,
Nice.
I
Indigenous,
didn't know
right?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So because of that, I decided that I would go with something that represents me more. And that being Nikawe. And actually, the definition of Nikawe in Cree is mother. So
Wow.
you still got the
Nice.
whole mama gaming, right?
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah.
like
Absolutely.
that. But it's a little bit more me. It's
Yeah.
I like the representation better.
Absolutely. Get in touch with the old roots. I get it. I get
Hmm.
it. 100%.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. So now, where can people find where you're streaming at? Where are you on Twitch, YouTube?
I am on Twitch. I'm
Okay.
on Twitch on Mondays at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and
Okay.
on Wednesdays same time.
Okay.
So
Okay, nice.
And what's your YouTube? Is it your actual? Is it Twitch.tv
it's
backslash?
it's yeah, it's twitch.tv backslash Nikawe with an underscore at the end.
Awesome. Awesome.
Nice. Nice.
And so now, what got you? We were talking earlier. You were talking about that you've been streaming for a while. What got you into streaming?
What got me into streaming was watching all of these people and their communities. When I first started watching streams and stuff, I mostly watched like Mickey Dunn,
Mm-hmm.
SoCal, people that I'd actually gamed with and would be on their streams and stuff. So I was curious to see about it. And then as I got more and more into it, I'm sure most streamers will say the exact same thing. You see the community and you realize how people interact with each other, and it was beautiful. It's something that I
Hmm.
wanted to be a part of.
That's
So,
awesome. Yeah, no, the streaming community is awesome. Absolutely. I mean, when I get into a stream and people are like, "Hey, for real," and then you watch them and you become a part of the person that's watch or that you're watching, and it is a great community, and it's a great thing to have. Absolutely, absolutely.
very much so, yeah.
So now you're sponsored, and you're sponsored by Good Games. What is
Yes.
that? Like, what is that all about?
So Good Games is a website that you can go to. You've got like a bunch of different streamers there that basically can take you through the game, and they can teach you what you're doing, what
Yeah.
you're doing wrong. They teach you different tactics and stuff like that. They can
Nice.
take you through how to win the game. So
Awesome.
uh, yeah, they're really great. Uh, Personally, some of the people that I know that are a part of Good Games, which is all of them, but it's SoCal, it's Trello the God, it's people that are top tier vlogs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
vlogs, right? Yeah,
Absolutely.
top tier, absolutely beasts at the game, and just yeah, that's what they do.
Okay.
So
And so now, so they have to go in. They sign up.
mhm,
What is your first off? Before we get in, well, let's talk about. So you have to go in and you sign up. You schedule a day. I think
mhm.
I think you were telling me about it. You schedule a day and a time. You can play for a couple hours, 5 hours, 2 hours. How many hours can you play?
It depends on the streamer.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
one of the things. As a streamer, you can apply to sign up and everything, and they'll approve you or they won't. But
Yeah.
one of the big things is that you get to set your own schedule. So if I like me personally, I don't want people to play with me during my entire stream, right?
Yeah.
So
Fair. That's
I
fair.
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
just to give other people an opportunity to come, right?
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I have an hour time limit, but
Mhm.
someone like SoCal has like I think it's a 4 hour time limit,
Mhm.
Yeah. He's got lots of
right?
different packages, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like you can some of it is pay to play, definitely. And other ones are free. Like me personally, I'm not gonna make anybody pay to play with me. It's
Yeah.
just not what I do. But I'm also not SoCal, right? So
Right.
who's that, right?
I mean, you're not far off. You're certainly
Okay.
not far off.
Okay, that's fair. That's definitely
Yeah.
fair.
Alrighty. We talked about your tournament success a little while ago. Let's get into that. How do they work? Like, how do you find these tournaments? Do you find them on social media? Is like where do you find these Z League tournaments? And how did it go? Like, tell us about how the games went. Like, was it like finals circle? You clutched it kind of thing, or yeah? Let's.
Oh,
get
I
into
heard a
that.
story about it. I hope she touches on it. I heard a story.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Z League you can find on the Z League website. So it's
Okay.
zleague.gg. And when you
Okay.
sign up, it asks for either your PlayStation ID, your BattleNet ID, or your Xbox ID, right?
Okay.
And then you
Cool.
go through, you put it in. But what they do is they take an average of your team's KD, and they put you into a league, which is with your KD. Right?
Awesome.
Oh,
So
okay.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Can you pick your team, or do they randomly assign
Oh yeah,
people?
yeah. You
Okay.
can pick your team. You're the
Okay.
one that you have to come up with your team.
Gotcha.
Whether you do like duos, solos, quads, whatever you're going for. You can
Okay.
go for paid tournaments. There's some really expensive tournaments on there, right? Like,
Hmm.
and then there's also some just like lower level ones if you want to work your way up, free entry into it, and
Oh,
so that
okay.
you can,
Okay.
yeah, so that you can get in past
Hmm.
and maybe eventually work your way into getting into one of those tournaments without having to pay anything.
Oh,
So it's it's pretty
nice.
neat.
Is that what
Um,
you did? Did you work your way up through them to get to a point where you could like compete for some money, or
Nah.
no,
No.
no?
She's
Just
throwing
went straight
cash.
into it.
Yeah,
She's throwing
yeah,
cash.
I'm
Fair.
positive that
Fair.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
She's like, no, back off. I got this.
Yeah,
Hold up.
that was exactly it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have enough confidence in myself. I
No
feel
way.
like,
No way.
yeah.
I,
No.
well, when I did a Rage Zone tournament, and when I did a
Yep.
Rage Zone tournament, I did like phenomenal for the qualifiers. Like,
Hmm.
clutched it. I was like, who was it? The only reason why we were in second place going into the finals was because somebody got a win, and they got 10 points.
Oh,
Oh.
And they
Elo killed
were,
them.
yeah, they were only 4 points ahead of us.
Hmm.
So, like,
Yeah.
with the 10-point win. So, I mean, I was confident that if it was one day, I could do it. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah. And then I got actually asked by fellow good gamers to go into one. So I did. And yeah, it was bad. It was so bad. I'll be honest. Like,
Oh really?
yes, it was. It so our first game, there was a lot of yelling and a lot of swearing and all the rest of that, and everybody was upset. And then our second game went marginally better. And our third game went even better than that. And then our fourth game, I clutched it up with 12 kills and
That's
pulled
the
it out
right, yeah.
for.
No shit.
Yeah,
Let's
that's what I
go.
heard right there.
Nice.
That's
So
the story.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then my second one, I actually went in with a couple viewers for my stream.
Mhm.
Oh.
And
cool.
yeah, I was like, sure, why not? So we signed up, and we did basically a kill race. So we pushed
Mhm.
the entire time, went for as much kills as we could.
Mhm.
We were having not great games, but not bad games. And then again, the final game, we were down to like I think it was like 2 minutes to go, right, when we
Yep.
went into our final match.
Okay.
Yep.
And I clutched it out with 12 kills, and
Again?
actually
Oh my
viewers,
god.
got the final kill though. They got the win.
Oh.
Oh.
We pulled ahead by a
Wow.
fair amount. Yeah.
Were you streaming all this too? Like, was this all
Yeah.
live?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh
awesome.
man.
You can
That's
see one of
unreal.
one of my TikToks that I made. You can literally see me grab a hold of like my hair and like,
Oh wow.
funny, like, yeah. Pulled it out. So
That's
it was good.
fantastic.
It was good.
That's awesome.
Nice. That's amazing. That's amazing. Like to clutch it like that when you're in the moment playing an attorney, the whole squad's leaning on you and you just kill them all and you do it twice.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, it was beautiful.
That's unbelievable.
Beautiful. So
Yeah.
it was a great time. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah. No, I bet.
Absolutely.
We might have to look at it. I like the idea. They put us at our own skill level. Maybe we can get the bots.
Right?
Right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Hey,
Yeah.
well, we know Maddie's going to be watching this. Maddie, you're coming with us.
Yeah, yeah. The Maddie will get us the box.
I've got one of those myself. It's actually my partner of like.
Oh yeah.
What?
Sorry, Papa. Rip. We love you though, buddy.
His KD is like a 0.6 something, and he says that I go into his lobbies just to destroy everybody.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't hate the
fair.
player, hate the game. It's not my fault. Not my fault.
Yeah, I think Papa's best one was we were like set up. We had satchels, UAVs, everything like loadout, ghosts, beautiful. And we're running along the backside of Quarry. We're running along the backside of Quarry, right?
Yep.
And just when it's up by that house, up in the hills.
Yep.
And he ran out of bounds.
No.
Yes, he literally ran out of bounds. He literally he went out of bounds and then came back in bounds and then went back out of bounds again and died. And he was like, I was back in bounds.
Oh
No.
my god.
No,
Yeah.
No.
Let's just be honest. You weren't ready for Final Circle. You just wanted an easy way out.
No. Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's funny
That's
because
He
it's
ended up
that,
losing trying to protect his shit.
that bleeping red noise, that annoying red. You're not in bounds. That's how that works. They let you know.
No. And they even made it easier on you. Back in the day, that countdown was cumulative.
Yeah.
So if you'd go out for a second and then you did it again, it wouldn't start at I think it starts at 3. It would start at 2. But now it'll so he must have really frigged up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I have never let him live it down. Never let him live
bet
it down.
not.
No.
That's awesome. Now, still, you were telling me about a charity tournament. What was that all about with her?
Yeah. Let's ask her since we got her here. We were talking off air about tournaments in general, and you brought up the fact that you were putting together a charity one for yourself.
I am.
Yeah.
Actually.
Wait a minute. Wait. You're putting on a charity tournament?
I am.
Okay. What is it?
am.
Yeah. Give me the info. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's I'm calling it a leading ladies charity tournament, right?
Nice.
And what it is you have to have one female in your squad, right?
Okay.
Obviously, positivity. I am a female gamer, and I love to see female gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, with that, the charity that we've chosen is extralife.org. It's a gaming charity specifically for supporting children's hospitals in the United States and Canada.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be wicked. It's on the 29th of May.
Okay, 20
So
miles.
it's coming up here shortly. Yeah.
Yep.
And we've got we'll be sending out private invitations first this week, and then after that, it'll be open to the public.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. That's fantastic.
When it does become open to the public, if there's spots left, how would someone go about joining?
It'll be on my Discord, and as well as we're going to be joining through Good Games.
Good Games.
So you'll go to the website and you'll sign up through there, and then I'm gonna confirm, no cheating, no sandbagging, none of the rest of that, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna confirm PDs and then, allow people in as it goes.
Awesome.
It's also gonna be custom lobbies, so.
Oh, okay. You can get rid of all the meta guns that nobody likes.
Yeah. That, and it's gonna be only a 3-hour commitment on a Saturday, right?
Okay.
Oh.
It is a $20 entry fee, though, I should say, and all of it goes to
it's a good cause. Yeah.
Yeah.
$20 to help kids? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No brainer.
No, it's
it'll because of where I live, it'll go to the stollery that's here in Alberta.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
It's actually one that my child has been to.
Oh.
So for me personally, it's a pretty big thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, good on you. Good
I'm
on you.
hoping that it'll be good.
No.
Yeah, no,
sure
I can't see anything else but a total success. Like, I know how you do things. It'll be good.
Yeah. I mean, just even the thought of it, that's a dub. That's a dub already.
Yeah.
Big dub.
Absolutely. So I gotta so one of the things we had this happen, what was it, maybe a few 10 12 days ago, 15 days ago. What are your thoughts on the new map, the new game, the buffs, the rollout even? Like, what is your take? Like, everything from the start of it to when it happened to the finished product of where we're at right now.
Underwhelming.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no doubt. That's
my word.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it was underwhelming. It was, like, I was pumped. I mean, I was glued. I was on Twitch and I was glued to the screen watching it. And I was watching Rage, of course, because I love Rage. And I sat there and I was like, what the fuck is this? And that's as far as my head went. I was like, no. I got on that night and I played it, and there was like that King of the Hill kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
We were trying to like,
you had to get that
nuke.
You had to get the nuke and whatever at 9 o'clock on Pacific time at the evening. Yeah.
So, did you get a chance to check the zombies out, or were you still at work or something?
I was still busy at the time.
Which is kind of weird too. Why they did that? That was like, you're starting everything off. That had the big cut scene at the end with the nuke and everything. But everybody's still at work if they live on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Right? Like made no sense.
Everybody was still at work. It made no sense, the timing. And not only that, like the whole like midnight thing in Rebirth. What? I got so frustrated with it. Like it was good and everything else, but like there were 2 spots on the goddamn map that there was just like 50 people fighting for that one spot because they were all trying to snipe you. That to me is just, it's not a good game mode. It's not a fun game mode.
Well, and then they also set it up like we come back at 9 o'clock, right? We're all talking Pacific time.
Yeah.
I was expecting a map.
Yep.
I was expecting.
Everybody stayed up for it.
Yeah.
We played the zombie thing, and we were like, okay, that was cool.
That was all right.
Kind of upset we don't have a new map, but we like you, we're glued to the social media and Twitter and all that. And Jack Frags put out an announcement saying, come back at, I think it was 9 p.m. Pacific, and there's going to be something else.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, we can live with that. It's not ideal, but we can live with it. We're getting a new map because they were we saw a nuke go off. It's the total destruction of Verdansk, right? The thing, it should be gone. And then you come back and you got Rebirth, nighttime, and a 15-hour countdown clock. Like, what?
Yep.
Well, then not only that, we were talking about it. Well, this is the thing, though, with this. I call it Warzone version of Just a Tip. I'm like, dude, don't do that to me. That's just rude. That's rude.
Yes.
But then you couldn't even get in the lobbies with your friends. Like, you couldn't do it. I'm playing with a kid. I'm playing with like a 10-year-old kid. And I swear, like, if you ever watched our streams, I swear, I'm just dropping it like it's nobody's mother. Okay, that's me. And I'm playing with a 10-year-old kid. I'm like, shucks, that sucks. Golly gee, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
So you're underwhelmed with it. You're underwhelmed with the rollout. You're underwhelmed with it. What did you think though of the pseudo new map?
Yeah. So for the new map, I actually kind of like it. It's different. It's got some more areas and stuff like that, but I'm still familiar with it enough to be super OP.
Yeah.
So it's still got that going for it. Like I'm not relearning everything.
Yeah. No growing pains. Right? Just hop right in. Yeah.
It's definitely got some different areas and stuff like that I don't even think I've explored all of it yet, to be honest. Like,
yeah, fair. There is quite a bit that they added for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like the little pathways through like the red roof buildings, which everybody's gonna think we're colorblind, right? Like red roof, well, it's not red anymore,
right?
And like blue building and it's orange or something. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, right? Like But
that little mountain off of Salt Mine where there's a buy station, like and there's like footpaths and stuff, and there's mine shafts and all that. It's kind of cool. Like I like it too, honestly. It just plays better to me too, for what I can tell.
I like the fact that they basically took away camping.
Yeah.
Before it used to be all these complex like jump shots that you could do. So you you jump up onto the railing and then you jump up over this way and you'd aim a specific direction and you'd be able to get up on the roof, right? But now it's like it's a lot easier to get anywhere you need to go. So
no,
I like
absolutely.
that aspect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What about are you liking any of the new buffs or happy with the nerfs on any of the guns, or have you just been rocking your same loadout that you were season 2?
I stopped rocking the FFAR. I'm back to the AMAX.
Okay.
AMAX is my
Nice.
baby since like season 3.
Oh,
Like when it
let's
dropped, yeah.
go.
So I've been rocking that. It's my first gold gun. I was like
Mhm.
super excited about.
Nice.
It's
Nice.
the only one I actually ground out because like all the rest of them like I don't give a shit, right?
Yep, fair.
So
The AMAX is
yeah,
beautiful.
beautiful, beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful. But they're nerfing it, right? So
they
Yeah,
did.
they did
they
nerf
did
it.
nerf it, yeah.
They
Yeah.
did.
The
Yep.
the feel of it's a little bit different, but not really.
It's still crazy. It it
Minuscule, minuscule.
it might have used to take like 8 bullets to kill somebody. Maybe now it takes 9. Like
Hmm.
it's not. You're
Yeah,
not going to notice it if you're an accurate shooter. It's not going to matter too much.
yeah, and the headshot multiplier I'm pretty sure is the exact same because
Yep.
it's yeah, it's just OP. As soon as
Yeah.
the recoil is straight up. Oh my god! Like, can you get
Yeah.
away
It's
from that? No. Yeah.
no.
No.
It's unreal.
Hmm.
Uh It and you mentioned you haven't been to you don't think you've been to all the locations yet. Is there any one in particular that kind of stands out to you? They're like, wow, this is cool. Like I like this.
Uh, Definitely not stadium. Um,
You don't like the stadium?
Definitely not stadium. I'm sorry.
Okay.
There was an exploiter, yeah, that went in
Yeah.
and shot me from underneath the fucking bottom of the stadium. So
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
um,
mhm.
but yeah, that not happy about that one.
Not so much.
No.
Not
Rage
so
on
much.
actually somebody else's stream, literally screaming. So I think it's my first time actually screaming in Warzone. Like, cool.
I was fortunate enough to never have to deal with that, but I just wouldn't go within like 100 square meters of that place because I was worried that that would happen and I would I hate getting killed by people cheating, man. Like it just drives me out of no end. It's
Yeah.
but I think they've got it fixed now. I think last time I checked, I think it's fixed.
Yeah, they did. They did fix that.
Yeah.
I've seen some other ones where, obviously there's going to be weak points in making a new map, and you're going to figure out all of what
Yeah.
you messed up with. So,
Yeah,
um,
for sure.
but also, weird one. I think they nerfed the RPG just slightly. I
Really?
straight shot a helicopter. Like the helicopter was like 4 feet from me, and I
Yeah.
straight with the RPG. Didn't kill it. Didn't blow it up. It actually killed
Wow.
me. Yeah, it just disabled it. I was upset. So there's that too. Um, but yeah, no, going back to the new map, I think the place that I like the most right now, um, would probably be I like the back area by Dam.
Yes.
Okay.
Summit.
I think
Over by Summit.
Yeah,
Yes.
Summit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
gondolas.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love
That's my
love,
favorite, too.
Love it. Absolutely.
I had a gondola fight where like
Yeah?
I was in a gondola and I was in the other gondola. Yeah.
Drive by
What?
gondola. No shit.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Wow.
now, here's the real question though. Did you win it?
No, I did not. No, I did not. But it was really cool. It was really cool, but I did lose. Yeah.
That's all. Well, that
Well, we
doesn't happen
appreciate your
often.
honesty.
Yeah, then that doesn't
Yeah.
happen often with you. I've watched your videos. I know that does not happen often. So let me ask you. There's two questions I've got to ask, and the first one is, what is your favorite? What is the go-to loadout for you? What is the that's it?
That's it is an AMAX and a Bison.
And a bison.
Oh, okay.
100%.
A bison.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why the bison?
Well, sorry, it's not a Bison. It's a bullfrog.
Bullfrog.
I call it that all the time.
Yeah, the
They're
bullfrog.
the same
Same
thing for the
gun.
most part.
God, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I just tried that. I just so after the new map, I've been rocking that. Nasty, flat out.
Oh my God.
Nasty.
Wiping full squads with it, just loving life.
Yeah. Do you run the 80?
Yeah.
What is it? 88 or 80 something?
85?
The
Yeah.
85. That's
yeah,
it. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, it's
I did the exact same thing. I wiped 3 people without even having to reload.
Mhm.
And I'm going, this isn't fair for somebody.
yeah. It's fair for me though. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. And then the second question I have is we have the we have our blueprint of success and try to win. What is about you that is the tactical side of gunfights? What do you do to get in when you're in a gunfight? What do you expect from your teammates, and what do you do?
Okay, so what I expect from my teammates is good comms. So
Okay.
if you're in a fight, like anybody can do this. It's not that hard. You just literally have to speak.
Yes.
So if a person is off to your left, just say the left, right? Like that's fine. I'm
Yep.
okay with that. I don't need like 243 off to the southeast or you know what I mean, like whatever it
Yeah.
is, right? I don't need
Yeah, yeah.
that. I have no idea if that was even correct, but I don't need that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's one of the things. Or if there's more than one person, please, for the love of God, just say it. Just say there's four people on me, or it's
Yep.
not just one guy. Um, that would really help.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just to know that.
No, it makes a big difference.
It does. It really does. But that's about the only thing I expect.
Okay. So when you're doing it,
Yeah.
so when you get into the battle, and let's say you're playing trios. Let's just use trios for example.
Mhm.
Do you say split up and have different angles of attack? Do you say focus on one? Do you say get together and be a group? What is the methodology that you feel is the most effective?
For me, the most effective is if you're ghosted, because that's one big thing, right? Like it depends on what loadout you have. So if sometimes I will run high alert.
Yeah.
It's super OP.
Oh,
it's
wow.
really great, especially when you're pushing buildings and stuff. Like to be able to know that somebody's behind me within, I think it's like 100 meters, right?
Yep.
Of being behind
Yep.
me. And they look at me once, I am able to move and react faster than if I'm just ghosted and I get shot in the back, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
9 times out of 10, I'm down there, right? So
Yep.
high alert is huge. If I'm running high alert, then 9 times out of 10, I'm standing back as a sniper, and as soon as you down that first one, then the other two need to rush, and you need to rush as well. You need to switch back from your sniper to your AR class or your SMG class, and you need to push in as a squad. Because if you push in one at a time, one of you
It's
is going to
over.
go down, and one of you is
Yep.
going to get thirsty.
Yep.
And you can do a 1v1v1v1, right? But like it's a lot harder when you're doing a 2v1 or a 3v1, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's the way to do it.
Awesome.
If I'm running Ghost though, you'll notice you guys are off to doing your own thing, right? You're keeping them distracted, and I'm off on the flank. I rotate out, not too far, not far enough that I'm being thirsted, or far enough that I'm out of cover, because that's a big thing. You got to make sure that when you're doing your flanks, you're hidden from them, that they can't see you as you rotate.
Yes.
Yep.
And then you hit them from behind, or you hit them from the side. You take out at least 2, and the other ones should be able to push through and get that last guy. So
Absolutely.
just,
Absolutely. And now, do you call when you go on the flank? Do you let everybody know I'm on the flank? Keep them occupied, so they don't turn on you.
Most of the time, what I do is I just say keep them occupied. And
Okay.
do my own thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Distract, guys. I have this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got a certain amount of confidence in myself that I know that even in a 1v3 situation, 9 times out of 10, I'm still coming out of it. So.
Awesome. Well, that's
Yeah. No, I've seen it.
but,
I
yeah.
know it happens.
We cannot. I've seen it too, so I can't argue
Yeah.
that. I just wish I was that good.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, let's see if we could take some of our knowledge we gained here talking with Nikawi and apply it in a game setting. We're actually going to hop into a game with her. We're going to get her to lead the way. She's going to pick the drop, pick the contracts, the rotations, the gunfights, everything. She's going to lead the way, and we're going to try our best to keep up. We can no guarantees. We are average gamers, but we'll do our best.
Absolutely. Let's get to it. You ready for this, Nikawi?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's
Let's
go.
get it.
Hey guys, before we take you to the combat portion of the interview, we wanted to let you know that this is going to be a tad bit different than what we are used to. We played quite a few games with Nikawi, had loads of fun, and learned so much about her tactics. Now, normally, the combat gameplay is from our perspective. We managed to find the absolute best clip illustrating some of those tactics that we were focusing in on. But the cool part is it's from her viewpoint. Gorilla and I were both dead, and she took us to 4th place all on her own. Let's check it out.
Marking supply run contract.
Are still active in the AO. 10 remain. They hit us hard that time, but we'll settle the score.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start this off. Wow, like Nikawi, like wow, like your movement, like you were by yourself at the end of that game, and this is what our episode is about: is the positioning, the movement, the attacks. What was going through your mind that whole time that you're by yourself, and particularly at the end? What was that?
Like at the very end there,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh
From the ghoulie on
no.
out, I guess. Maybe. You come back.
Okay, yeah. All right. So from Gulag, I would say when I came back, I was just like, I need to find a spot that's going to be, not as looted, that kind of stuff, where I have access to a vehicle. And then when I looked at it and I looked at the map and I looked at where I'd have to go, I made the conscious decision that it was not the right choice. I literally, if I had completed that contract and if I had gotten one of you back, I would have been trading your life for my life, and it would have been less because you would have had
Absolutely.
nothing.
Mhm.
Right? So it doesn't make sense unless I can get 2 people at a time, which is why I tried to loot that little bit. If I could have got the 8K, I would have thought of going to the buy station and buying both of you back, because it makes more sense to have 2 people versus 1,
For
right?
sure.
Yep.
But then when I found that bullfrog, I was like, yes, yes.
That's your pony. That's your pony
Yeah.
right there.
And if you notice, I also kept dropping and throwing out proxies. The reason why is not just to like fuck with someone or anything like that. It's literally to let me know if someone's in that area rotating my direction.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
only direction that you'd want to go out of that would be my direction.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so it was the smart play to do. It would let me know, right? And if you notice, like the second before the circle closed, I laid down and I looked at the mini map because I wanted to make sure of which direction to rotate. So I try to always rotate on the slow side of circle if I can. If it's like super open, I'm not doing it, and I'll probably try and do a little zigzag in there and see what I can do. But for the most part, I'm gonna try and go on the slow side because I can take my time more than somebody who's on the fast side. If you're on the fast side, the person on the slow side can easily just wreck you as you're trying to move in.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, and then you're also caught in gas, and they have less. I don't have to fight gas as much as you do, so it's the smarter play.
Yep.
No,
that was perfect.
Yeah, and then when I got to the bridge portion and I slowed down, the reason why is because I've camped the fuck out of those bridges, like underneath of them when I'm in that circle and I'm by myself, 100%. I have been that guy hiding in the bush there and just waiting, right? So I knew that I needed to at least let it close, the circle close enough that I could see that there was no one there.
Yeah.
They would have started to rotate at that point, and I was lucky they didn't.
Absolutely.
You scoped it though too. You're talking about the overpass coming out of the hangars there. Yeah, I mean, I saw you. I could see the wheels turning. I was like, she knows that if there's anybody on the left on this side of the map, that's where they're at.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's the only place that's not super open. When I'm in final circle, I like to rotate slow, right? Slow and steady, or else I gun it as fast as I can. It's one or the other. There's no we'll go we're gonna go halfway and then I'm gonna take a shot at someone. The only reason why I took that sorry, go ahead.
No, please, I interrupted. Go ahead.
The only reason why I took that RPG shot was because I needed that out. I could not have that truck in play and win the game. There was no way.
Yeah.
So if I didn't take it out, I was gonna get run over, or I was gonna get pulled up on by whoever was in that truck. So it just made more sense to give away my position for that second and get rid of it.
Yeah, how the first one didn't hit is beyond me, right? I mean, I think we all that was ridiculous. But so what are you doing in the moment? So we were watching you and you're going left, right. I mean, what is going through your mind, and how do you move your hands that fast?
I actually changed mine. Hey, so I use a tactical setting rather than the regular setting. So it feels better, feels smoother when I'm rotating and stuff like that. I try and make sure, like, I'm not going in a straight line. I'm not also running around the exact outside edge either. I'm making sure that I'm running from cover to cover to cover to cover. I'm trying to make sure that no matter what position that I'm in, I can still back around a wall. I can do whatever. And even if I'm backing around a wall to get away from one person and I get shot by somebody else, I'm okay with that, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
part of the game. But at least then it helps, right? It definitely helps.
Now, what really was going through your mind right there?
So in that moment, when I took the first RPG shot, I was like, yeah, I'm getting attention, and I knew that, right? But
Yeah.
one thing is never repeat the same spot. So
Okay.
when you're sniper battle, when you're in an AR battle, when you're in whatever battle you're doing, do not repeat the exact same spot, because all somebody has to do is keep a bead on that exact spot, and then it's just boop, done, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. And you're like, oh,
That's-
what just happened, right?
It's
Yeah.
funny you mentioned that. That's
yeah.
how I ended up in the gulag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Okay.
exactly why.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Still, do you have anything to ask before we wrap this up?
No, I think you both did a pretty good job there, parsing out the information about how that everything came to be at the end there. Honestly, no, I just kind of wanted to open the floor up to you, Nikawe, to talk about anything that makes you tick, like hobbies, interest. You mentioned you do a little TikToks for videos. Maybe if you want to talk about that, we're all ears. The floor is yours.
I definitely do TikToks.
Yeah.
My husband hates it. He hates it, but I definitely do. It's
Yeah.
it's mostly gameplay highlights of like moments where you're either like, I'm in awe of myself, or I'm like, oh my God, I just did that, right?
Yeah.
Or it's moments where it's like, what just happened? And that happens a lot to me in Warzone, right?
Oh, no.
So yeah. One of my favorite ones, there was this moment where I was in the train tunnels when, the trains were going, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, we're fine, right? And I convinced my squad to stay in the train, because I'm like, we have enough time. And everybody's like, we don't have enough time. And I'm like, we do. We did not have enough time, and we all died. And yeah, it was just excellent. So,
Oh,
moments
man.
like that. Yeah.
So how do we go about finding, like, what's your handle? I'm not a big TikToker, I don't know, but is it like a handle or?
Yeah, it's Nikawe, just like this.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay,
it's
we'll make sure
yeah.
that'll be in the description down below for the folks watching.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Alrighty, guys. And that happened.
Hey.
That was awesome. That was I can't even express.
Yeah, what a fun night we had with her. It was good. It was a good time. She's a beast. Like we had a I don't know how many games we played, maybe 8 or 10 games, and she smoked a bunch of people. But like it's hard because the point of view thing, right? Like we were getting not the greatest games. We had a couple good games ourselves, but like a lot of her like 2 and 3 pieces that she got, there's no way of being able to see that unless we got her gameplay. But we focused in on the ending there, and what did you think of that?
I thought it was really great. One of the things that in looking at her and watching her movement, and that was probably the first time I think we had the opportunity to just sit and digest how quick she moves, her thought process. When she was coming around and dropping landmines because she didn't know if somebody was there, you touched on it at the end there. I thought that was quite amazing. And then in addition to her movement, I thought the movement was the biggest key. And I've fallen prey to this several times of poking my head out multiple times, multiple places, or multiple times in the same place, I should say. That's probably a better way to state that.
Do it all the time too, man.
Yeah, and she shot those guys with the rocket, and then all
I
of a
don't know
sudden,
how that didn't blow up.
yeah, the first one for sure. But then she moves over to the next one, and I thought that was pretty impressive, and it taught me a lot. And I think we played on Friday, we played a little bit yesterday, and there's those keys that I'm applying to that to my gameplay. That maybe I didn't see quite as well before, And
Yeah.
I hope people can really understand and appreciate her movement, her thought
Yeah.
processes. I mean, it's
To
amazing.
the untrained eye, it's like, oh, it's like, there's not a whole lot going on here. But if you're paying attention and looking at what she's doing, there's a lot of high level thinking going on there when she's leaving the factory. Like when she talked about the guys being, potentially there could be people under that bridge. Like, you're not going to know that unless you've played the game enough to understand where power positions are and hiding places are, and everywhere on the map, right? So
Yeah.
she's anticipating that. Lucky for her, there was nobody there. But if she wasn't looking and she just beelined it to circle, she would have got shot in the back if there was somebody there. So I
Absolutely.
thought that was pretty cool. When she got her loadout and she was dealing with those guys on the opposite end of the map, it was hard to see in the gas. And if you've ever been in that situation where guys are right on the gas line or sometimes even in the gas, it's really difficult to see. But she was able to kind of keep track of where everybody was for the most part. And at the end, she was just kind of unfortunate. I don't know how those guys, like, maybe they saw her muzzle her tracer rounds from earlier.
Maybe.
Yeah, but they beelined it for her, and she still managed to smoke that guy with the ground loot bullfrog while being stunned.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, it just
Mm-hmm.
just goes to show who she is and the quality of player she is. The other thing that I thought very was interesting, and I don't know if we necessarily do this enough, right?
Yep.
But after she took care of that one guy, she's immediately looking to her right, trying to find an out. We talked. There's a couple things she was thinking. She's trying to find an out. Which way does she go? Is there somebody over to our right, to my right?
Mm-hmm.
All while the vehicle's coming up, and she knows she has to get ready for the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that's so interesting because how many times do we get consumed by our thoughts
By a
of we just
vehicle
need
or
to get out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not pay attention to the vehicle or vice versa.
Yeah.
And it just goes to the critical her critical level of thinking and situational awareness. I thought it was pretty friggin' amazing, and it was so much fun.
Yep.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it was fun to play with that woman.
Yeah, it was.
Man.
Yeah, she's just a fun person to be around and hang out with. She just also happens to be really good at the game. So
She's a beast.
a side note, I was playing with her last night, her and Papa and one of their other friends, and we got a win. She had 14 kills. She was last up in final circle. It was 1-on-3. She loves to flank, right? And that's exactly what she did. She got the flank on them and got behind them, and she had somebody else's loadout PPSH with the 55 round mag drum. She just unloaded on all of them.
And worked
Got
them.
them all. Got them all. Yep.
That's all.
Yeah.
Leave
It
it.
was crazy.
Well, leave it to her. If anybody
Yep.
that I've ever played with, she's definitely one that can certainly do it. So.